So you have to value wealth building more than spending. You have to value serving people more than just taking. And you have to be able to be dedicated to something that's really congruent with your values, or you won't stay with it. You won't build 1% or less financial independence. 1% or less actually make financial independence. So that means 99% of the people are living in a delusion. And if you ask them what are they going to do if I gave them $10 million, what would they do with their life? I guarantee you, 2 to 8 million of that will be spent in less than a minute. Motivation is not a solution, it's a symptom. I think that the first step is to dissolve your own shame, guilt, and reasons why you don't deserve. Because a lot of people are sitting there themselves up. Anytime you set goals that are not aligned with your highest values, and you then don't achieve because you give up on them, then you end up beating yourself up and think there's something wrong with you. Well, first of all, you want to find out whatever you've done in your life, how it served you, how it served others, and clear out any shame and guilt. Then you want to sit down and ask, what is it that you're really going to do? Because you're not going to get wealthy unless you're serving people. And if you're not dedicated to serving people, you have a fantasy called wealth. You need to make sure that you really have a value on serving people. You need to have a value on wealth, because if you don't really have a value on wealth, you'll spend it. If you have more of a value on spending it than saving it and investing it, it's going to keep going out the window. Because the money circulates through the economy from those who value it least to those who value it most over time. So you have to value wealth building more than spending. You have to value serving people more than just taking. And you have to be able to be dedicated to something that's really congruent with your values, or you won't stay with it. You won't build momentum and perseverance towards their accomplishment. And people who have a forced automatic savings in place and are willing to consistently study and research because they value wealth building. Warren Buffett spent, by the time he was 11, he already read all the books in the Omaha, Nebraska library on wealth building by age 11. He was committed to the outcome. People are really committed to wealth building. They study it, they research it, they mentor under it, they apply it, they have forced savings and investment structures in place. They constantly are trying to serve people, and they want to build a business that lasts. What happens is every human being lives by a set of priorities, a set of values, things that are most important to least important in their life. Whenever they set goals that are congruent and aligned with their highest values, they become the most powerful and effective people they can be. This is when they're the most grateful, the most resilient. This is when they're most disciplined and most fulfilled in their life. Whenever they're living by lower values and trying to inject the values of others or minimize themselves and live by lower value systems, they procrastinate, hesitate, frustrate, and they become, you might say, victims of their history, not masters of their destiny. So you look at how people fill their space. You look at how they spend their time. You look at what they are disciplined about and focused on. You look at where they're most organized. You look at where they spend the most money. You look at what energizes them the most. You look at what they think about, visualize, affirm, and converse with others about most that is in line with what they're creating in life. Look at what they're inspired by, what their goals are, and what they love learning. If you look and find the common threads to those questions, it'll narrow down to what you're dedicated to and what you spontaneously can't wait to get up in the morning and do. Any individual that is setting goals, intentions that are congruent and aligned with the highest values, they have the highest probability of being spontaneously inspired in the morning to get up and do it. So if you have an entrepreneur that's working in a business and they found what is most meaningful to them, they have found the tap dance to work energy that Warren Buffett describes. Now, in addition to that, an entrepreneur also has to find out what their targeted market's highest values are to make sure that they're providing a service that meets those specific needs. So determining your own values and determining other people's values that you want to serve is an essential component, because you're here to be able to find something that serves other people, but it's also meaningful to you. If you find those two, you've got your niche. Now you've got exactly what you would love to get up in the morning and do, and you get to go and do what exactly people want, and you get to fulfill their life. Because everybody has a set of priorities, a set of values in their life, whenever they're living by their highest value, which the ancient Greeks called the telos, which is the highest priority in their life. The chief aim, as Napoleon Hill called it, or Ed Hillison called it the magnificent obsession, or the big why. That highest value is the most meaningful and most purposeful thing they can do. That is the purpose. When you do, you're the most resilient, most adaptable to pain and pleasure. When you go down the list of values to lower values, you're less inspired, less fulfilled by doing them. You procrastinate in doing them. And what happens is you only do them if it's pleasurable, and if it's not, you'll give up. So the key is to make sure that everything you do is highest priority, the thing that's most meaningful to you, so you don't give up, you have the resilience, and you embrace pain and pleasure in the pursuit of a great purpose. If you are not living by your highest values, because you're willing to do it with pleasure only and you want to give up its pain, you'll need motivation all the time. The difference between inspiration, which is from within, is people who are inspired from within are living by their highest values. And people that need motivation.
Yes, 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 yes. Let's pause the good doctor. Test, test. Hello. Hasn't been for a while, has it? God damn. I think I broke my mic in all this traveling we did. All right, there's a little bit of a 30-second delay. I'm showing we got sound, mofos. So looks like we do, man. You think there'd be some fine young tech man that would be handling this for me? We'd be at the MFG compound. Did I not pin that? Pin this. Damn, didn't even pin it. All right, so we got the S&P putting in a stage one. You know, a stage one is an accumulation zone. This is when price stops. And all we got to know to really know a stage four is we got to be able to count to 4. That means even you can do this. So as the market comes down, I'm looking for what I call the lowest low. Now, how do I know it's the lowest low? Because the rest of the days go higher. And so that gives me a chance. And if it's ever stopped there before, that's even better. And we got a little bit of support here too, man. Now, all that means is if it's ever stopped there before, shit, it might stop there again. And that's what we're seeing right there. And so what this does is I start trying to put this together. It just kind of gives me insight into my trading that, like, Got some shit popping off on the blockchain. So if we start looking, let's check technology. Man, I feel like the devil's out to get me today. Same thing we see with technology. We see tech, this is the QQQ. Most of us like to trade the TQ if you got the cojones. If you got the cojones, we could trade the TQ. I trade this thing every day. Made some money today day trading it. If you're in day trade with us in Discord, I kind of think we were on fire, man. We made some money on that. About 700 points today, baby. Same thing. Nice little stage 4 decline. Stop. It's kind of stopped here before. Now we're building this little support. We do got a descending 20-day moving average, but things are starting to come together. We're starting to get a crossover here. You're going to start to see it on your MACD indicators. This is the TSI. It's very similar to MACD. Written by a guy named William Blue. It's one of the reasons I use stock charts is a lot of people don't know who this guy is. You know why? Because they're too fucking lazy to read history. William Blue created the TSI. He had a book. It came out in the early 70s. He was an early computer trader. I know you'd rather... But Gerald, I know a lot about Kim Kardashian. Now you know about him, William Blue. I think I talk about him in the Money Flow book. It's now you know all about Escobar. Done watch the whole damn Cocaine Cowboy series on Netflix, but don't know about William Blue. Let's see. So this setting up all the trades are to the upside here. That's how I would interpret it. That's how I would look at the money flow. We put in a bottom right there in that 35 range, right above it, 35.60. Put in a bottom. Price held it, got above the 5. Now we've held it. We're building a box, starting to go sideways. And as a trader, I would expect test. Yeah, we're good. We're good, man. We're good on YouTube. I would expect it to move forward. Let's check in on Tesla. That tells me Tesla could push up here. That tells me the win is to the back in Tesla, right? And I put this in Discord today. I was saying, hey, I think Tesla's it's about to break out, man. You see it? I hope you see it, man. Come on, man.
Actually make financial independence. So that means 99% of people are living in a delusion. And if you ask them what are they going to do if I gave them $10 million, what would they do with their life? I guarantee you, 2 to 8 million of that will be spent in less than a minute. Innovation is not a solution, it's a symptom. I think that the first step is to dissolve your own shames and guilts and reasons why you don't deserve it. Because a lot of people are sitting there beating themselves up. Anytime you set goals that are not aligned with your highest values and you then don't achieve because you give up on them, then you end up beating yourself up and think there's something wrong with you. Well, first of all, you want to find out whatever you've done in your life, how it served you, how it served others, and clear out any shame and guilt. Anyone?
So if you're looking right here, this is TSLY. A lot of people catching on to this. We now got $580 million damn dollars. $580 million damn dollars. Thanks here. Are invested in this TSLY. I see Wealth Squad's catching up. You guys finally getting in? Goddamn. I put it out 3 months ago, man. What you guys waiting on? So this is one of these funds from Yield Max. Now remember, if you're going to trade this ain't TSLO, this is TSLY. If I'm going to trade, probably not trading this, I'm going to trade TSLY, okay? That's going to give me the 1.5% leverage. This is an income play, but this is a stage 1. If you go look at Tesla, and you're going to see, because this is a derivative, it's not perfect price connection, but it trades around the price of Tesla. You can see a little disconnection because Tesla itself is pushing above the 20-day moving average. TSLL probably is as well, but because of this is not actually the goal of this isn't necessarily to match the price, but it is to generate income. But it will move up with it, but it's not going to be the same as Tesla. So one way you split the difference, you got half in this and half in TSLL. You're going to make up for the loss in price in this and that if you think it's going up, man. So you play both. So TSLL, which is a 1.5 leverage on Tesla. See what I'm saying? So guy could have 2,500 in each. One's throwing off a 70% dividend yield. The other one is running at 1.5 of Tesla. So every dollar buys you $1.50. Damn. You could take your profits, trading around it, dump them into the income side of the equation. Just blew your damn mind. I don't know, man. Go back to thinking about Kardashians. Maybe you got something else on your mind. I asked a lot of people the other day, I said, hey, man, you been to the website for this thing, man? This TSLY, you been there? I've been a little busy, Gerald. You know, I got to eat dinner and take a shower and things. I had to take the dog out to go poop. Soon as I'm not busy. Where are you at, Mike? Mike said, I had COVID. I said, well, I hope if you died, I hope you had this up on your browser settings. If I go out tonight, I hope I have this on my open thing, man. I hope you were looking at it on the way out. Or maybe we're playing a different game. How the fuck can you be too busy? I sent that, man. I sent it to like 10 of you guys just randomly. Hey, have you been to the site for this? No, should I? Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't. You know what? Don't get on busy. I don't even know what the fuck I'm thinking. Go back to what you were doing. Go play with yourself. Do whatever it was you were doing. Don't be concerned about huge gains. It's not something you should spend a lot of time worried about, I guess. Let's see. Don't worry about it, man. So this is a stage one, right? Now let's look at Apple for a second. Let's look at Apple. You just got hip. You know why you just got hip? Because you're dragging fucking ass. That's why. I let all my friends know today. You all suck. You know what I mean? My friends suck. A whole bunch of them, man. Whole bunch of good friends, too. Just sorry. Oh, Gerald, I haven't had time. My goldfish had the flu. We had to buy some new landscaping, Gerald. I couldn't be bothered with landscaping. You know, manscaping. Let's see. Got vacation coming up. Let's see. So this is Apple. A lot of ways we could play Apple. A couple ways we can play Apple now. Yeah, but we've been on it 3 months, so I already got 3 dividends. Some of you guys be dragging ass. Like 5% a month. All you had to do would be on my fucking text list. That's the crazy part. That's so fucking crazy to me. So anyway, I digress. Let me get back to this. So what we see with Apple, because we saw the S&P setting up, now we're seeing Apple set up. So if we see the SPY setting up, about to go stage 1, hopefully you can still hear me. About to go stage 1. I know, man. I know everybody's so busy, man. It's hard, man. It's hard, man. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard being a. It's hard, man. So we see Apple setting up. Apple's now pushed up above. What's about to occur is this magic. It's fucking magic. Call it the stage 2 breakout, man. It's what the entire book, The Money Flow, is written about right here. And that's where price intersects with the average price of the last 30 days, this magic thing we call price, quote, breaking out above the 20-day moving average. That's what we call a stage 2. Once that is, that's it, man. That's a horse leaving the barn. That's when we're running, man. So anything above the breakout, yeah, everybody, man. But I'm so busy, Gerald. Oh, there's no way I can keep up with the stock market. I gotta ride the bus later. I gotta do yoga. I gotta go play basketball. I'd get rich, but I gotta go play basketball. Let's see. What else have you guys done this week? What else have we done? Why does Michael likes to type? So Apple is going to go from 180 probably to about 195. A couple ways we could play this. We could own Apple, right? Where does one start in the stock market when one legit knows nothing about it? I'd start at the beginning, sir. I'd hit my bio link and get my free ebook. You don't have to die broke. And I'll work you into the stock market. I'll make you a goddamn assassin. Give me 6 months. Just shut the fuck up. Just do exactly what I say in there. You're gonna be like, you're gonna 3x your fucking net worth. Oh, you're gonna lose about half your friends because you're like, yeah, I can't go, bro. Sorry. Sorry, I can't circle jerk with you guys this weekend. I gotta go do this. Yeah, I can't do that football thing, man. I gotta go do you won't do that though, will you? Scared. Going to the gym, bench pressing a whole bunch, but scared to fucking trade stocks. Oh, I can bench press 350. I'm scared of stock market. All right, tough guy. So Apple's at 180. I can do yoga, but I'm scared of the stock market. Bitcoin seems dangerous. We could play what else could we do here? What is the other Apple one? What is that shit called? What's our one what's the one? What's the 1.5 on Apple? What is it? Fuck. You guys don't know. You're on fucking vacation. Let's see. I don't know why the fuck I'm asking anybody here. Let's see. Yeah, no, not A. We're going to get to APLY. Let's see. Oh, AAPU. Ron, man. Now look at this. $25. What's your green line? Don't worry about my fucking green line. Learn the system, man. Get the book. The green line is a 20-day moving average, okay? 20 days, man. 20 days. So AAPU, 25 bucks. It's come down pretty good, man. So this is a leverage play on Apple. $1 gets you $1.50. It's 1.5 leverage. So that means you ain't got to use margin, man. You can't get margined out. You don't need to use margin. You're getting leverage without paying a borrowing price. So you put in $1, they're going to give you 50 cents. They're going to meet you halfway, man. Goddamn, they're already betting on you. You put in $1, they're going to match you at 50 cents. That's the movement of this. So if you put in $1,000 into Apple, instead you put it here, it's going to match it up and down, by the way. Could go down. We don't know. But I'm a trading man. So I trade my little strategy, you know. So right here, I got an anchor point, right? 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar. Now we're above the 5. Prices are starting to go sideways, right? And what is that? That's right here. Stage 1, as price moves sideways. As price moves sideways. So I could buy Apple. I could trade it as a trader. But Gerald, what if it goes the other way? You could put in a stop loss. So if you were trading pretty tight, I'd do a 2-tier. Don't let me confuse you now. I do half my stop there, half my stop there, and my target's right there. Now what are we playing? We're playing this. We're playing that the stage 1 breaks out into a 2. Nice.
Sit down and ask, what is it that you're really going to do? Because you're not going to get wealthy unless you're serving people. And if you're not dedicated to serving people, you have a fantasy called wealth. You need to make sure that you really have a value on serving people. You need to have a value on wealth, because if you don't really have a value on wealth, you'll spend it. If you have more of a value on spending it than saving it and investing it, it's going to keep going out the window. Because the money circulates through the economy from those who value it least to those who value it most of the time. So you have to value wealth building more than spending. You have to value serving people more than just taking. And you have to be able to be dedicated to something that's really congruent with your values, or you won't stay with it. You won't build momentum and perseverance towards their accomplishment. And people who have a forced automatic savings in place and are willing to consistently study and research because they value wealth building. Warren Buffett spent, by the time he was 11, he already read all the books in the Omaha, Nebraska library on wealth building by the age of 11. He was committed to the outcome. People are really committed to wealth building. They study it, they research it, they mentor under it, they apply it, they have forced savings and investment structures in place. They constantly are trying to serve people, and they want to build a business that lasts. What happens is every human being lives by a set of priorities, a set of values, things that are most important to least important in their life. Whenever they set goals that are congruent and aligned with their highest values, they become the most powerful and effective people they can be. This is when they're the most grateful, the most...
MFG, most powerful people they can be. MFG. So let's see. So that's one way we could play it. We could play regular Apple. We could play it regular for you guys with the big bucks. You young bucks with not a lot of money, you could, if you're swing trading it, right? Not my buy and hold. My buy and hold, I'm going to keep it. What's another way we could do it, man? Opinion on the market, GP. How come you don't own my book, sir? Why are you so goddamn cheap? Stage 1, man. He says, what's your opinion on the market? How could you ever know my opinion on the market? You ever go to the Peters Report? Right in the beginning, every Sunday, I say, I tell you. I know you were playing fucking golf. You were playing with yourself, you and your buddies. I don't have time. So, and then for those who absolutely refuse to read, you just like, can't read, bro. I'm from Detroit, man. We don't read. Come over here. If you click this, you click that. Watch this. I'll read the damn thing to you, Clarity. I know you're busy, but just so you know, I'll read the Sunday thing to you, what I think is up with the market. But then you'd have to do a lot of clicking, and that, I don't know, man, people are busy. So that's a nice little run, man. 25 to 29, that's a $400, that's $400. That's not a bad play for such a short. Now, here's another way we can play it for you guys like me. I like to get these dividends. AP, he said, why'd you pick Detroit, man? So here's another one. This is going to get a little bit of the price of Apple. This is stage 1. This is APLY. This is one of those, I hope you can hear me on. Testing. Yeah, they can hear me, man. So the dividend yield on this, I think they have it at 20-something%. Oh. You stupid Bing. I'm on the wrong computer right now. All right, so what is it at? 33%. The Tesla's at 69 right now. Now, I've gotten 3 dividends. I'm sure these are going to go up and down. And we're in the ARK. So 3 ways you can play ARK now, too. Now, you could hedge against these. So if this is paying 30%, let's take that. So this is the TSLS. This bad boy goes up when Tesla goes down. I don't know. Maybe you could find a little balance. Maybe when a stage 4 happens, you buy some of this to offset the erosion that you're going to get, or the sell-off you would get in TSLY, and you just collect this goddamn dividend. I pause for effect. These are not very hard to hedge, guys. Now, hedging isn't always perfect. The managers of these could mess up. I mean, there's things that could go wrong. We're assuming everybody does their job. And I know, but hey, I know you guys are busy. There's 3 months now. I know. Why would you want to know about 70% fucking returns if you can go play basketball? Right? Go play basketball, man. Get out there. Only one person that I DM'd or texted said, yeah, Gerald, I've been to the website, looked it up. I'm all over it, bro. Done dug into about 9 videos, man. Like that shit. I'm all over it, man. Like everybody else is like, why do you think I should look at it? Okay. If I was dying of fucking whatever, I'm looking at this, by the way. So all those stories don't work on me either. But I wasn't feeling well. I'd be on my deathbed looking at this. I'd be like, hey, tell my wife about TSLY, man. Tell her she can hedge it with the, hey, matter of fact, give me a paper and pencil. Let me write this shit down. Let me write it down for him, man. Let me write it down for him. Let's see. Write it down for them. Check in on Ford, man. Now, that's for whoever needed to hear it, man. Some of you guys are good. I know, you're good. You're on it. But some people are slacking. I can feel it. I can always feel it in the force, man. I can feel it when people talk to me. If I was to ask them, like, what happened yesterday and this time, they might not know. They'll be like, what about Kim Kardashian? Did you see the Mets? Did you see what Trump did? Did you hear about the new conspiracy of the, don't take the COVID shot? All about big pharma poisoning people. Don't know shit about TSLY. You all up in the gym every fucking day. Don't know shit about TSLY. I don't have time. So I'm a little disappointed in the MFG, man. Not everyone, but some of you, you know who you are because I sent you a goddamn text message and said, hey, have you been? And you said no. That's you. That's who I'm talking about right now. Don't give a shit. We're friends. I'm disappointed because we're friends. That makes it even fucking worse. So get your shit together because you just went down a couple notches on my go-to list, by the way. You're obviously too fucking busy to stay up with the stock market. I guess we're different people. Oh, well, I'll just ride on Gerald and not have to put a lot into it. And somehow I'll magically become wealthy. You get so lucky finding all those deals. Yeah, we'll go with that. Look. Now, if you're good, you're good. But some of your friends need to hear that. All right, man. Look. I got 100. This is the Money Flow Trading Educational NFT series. It's on the Matic blockchain. We're going to have several of them. And the first one is about the secret order of price movement. When the 100th one sells, I'm going to release that content. If it doesn't sell, I am not. So, I don't know how long it'll take. I just released 10 of them, though. Make sure I didn't do it wrong. What is going on with my mouse, man? But, Gerald, I'd rather have a great ape. Let's see. So, Ford is undervalued actually by about 40%. The dividend yield, now that it's dropped underneath the 200-day, the dividend yield has now reached 50%. I mean, the undervalue has reached 50%, pushing the dividend, is it 40%? 47%, I think. Pushing the dividend yield to now at 5.2% or something, okay? Nice setup here, nice stage one. I think this is the bottom in a lot of these. If you look at this pattern, I mean, look at this. Came in pretty good for me today. Rent starting to come in. I'm going to put all my renters' money into dividend stocks. Let's see. WMP today. See the pattern? This is also now part of the B&B series. It's a phenomena. It's a money flow pattern that happens on a technical extreme in an undervalued blue chip dividend stock. We might could argue whether MPW is blue chip, but it is a multi-billion-dollar business. And we got our pattern. So I bought some today. Not a big trip in this today. I've been focused on the getting some positions in some of those other ones, but added some here today. It actually looks like it technically closed underneath the 5, but we have our pattern, right? Sideways up, sideways down, sideways. So this is when I step in. This is when I start buying. And a lot of the times, price hits higher. But page 4, it's delayed, as you can see, 825. That's what I did on 825. Added to bonds, added to spec play, APYL, added to agency. Trim ConocoPhillips. ConocoPhillips is trading at a 17% premium into a stage 3. So let's look at that. The stock is trading at a 17% premium up here after hitting an extreme RSI at a previous high at pretty much an all-time high. It could go higher, but I'd rather take some of these appreciation gains and roll them into higher yield. So let's take this, and maybe I could trim little Conoco, add to Ford, and I go from a 1% dividend yield to rolling my profit into a 5%, which is on a stage 1 in an undervalued stock. That's called rolling gains forward, man. So as a portfolio manager, you want to kind of watch this and look at it. And if I can get something, especially if it's outsized and it's a large position in my portfolio, trading at a premium, cool, man. We could trim a little of that. Even 10 shares gives me, what, $1,100? Now I can roll that, some to MPW, some to Ford, maybe TSLY, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? We can start to plug holes inside of the portfolio. If you're not too fucking busy, I don't know, maybe you're too busy to do that. You know, it's busy out there, man. I don't know, maybe you couldn't do your Sunday homework. I talked about bonds there. I've been trying to get people to study up on them. Bonds is one of the largest markets in the world. And even if you lived in Detroit, if you live in Detroit, or Mobile, Alabama. You can do this. We have an anchor point. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got price above the 5-day. Looks like we've probably put in a bottom, man. You ever been to Mobile, Alabama? It's hot as a motherfucker in Mobile. Body count's too high on HE, man. I'm not looking at it right now. Over 100 people dead. I'm gonna let that go. I woke up this morning and I felt, that's bad karma, Gerald. Let other people watch that. You can learn the money flow and figure it out. I'm gonna pass on it. I already got enough bad luck right now. Let's see. Snap. Perfect setup, snap. Look at this, man. My man. That's a nice stage one. There's so many easy trading stage ones here, man. It's like, fuck, dude. Let's look at coin. I would do CONL. CONL is 1.5. 1.5 leverage. So $1 gets you $1.50. So instead of owning coin, you can buy this. $1 gets you $1.50. Now we got a third way we can play it now too. Now we can play it with the big fat dividends. CONY, Coney, baby. Did I misspell it? Coney, man. And as you can see, it's brand new. It's only been trading 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 since last week, man. But that is an options income fund on coin. Exactly what it is. So now you got 3 ways to play it, 4 ways to play it. You could short it. So, I don't know. If I was smart, I might start thinking on like, how do I hedge some of these? How do I hedge this options fund? SoFi, yeah, the whole world, I don't even need to text. Every goddamn thing is on a stage one. Do what you do. Everything is on a stage one. If the stock is not on a stage one, you probably need to figure out what the fuck is wrong over here. Because there's so many stage ones, man. I would make sure you're trading quality, man. If you're investing quality shit. This is not a time for buying dumb things, okay? Don't buy dumb shit, okay? Buy quality things, man. Yeah, I like the GIS, the Campbell's. That's all the XLP trade. I've been trying to hip everybody to that the XLP is underneath the 200-day. It don't stay there, guys. It don't stay there. Every time it gets around here, you'll hear me on my story setting it up. You're going to see Coca-Cola, Pepsi, fucking McDonald's, all that shit. This is a money flow pattern. So that's stage 4. It's putting in a stage 1. You know, that's what we're seeing. Let's pull that over. So we're seeing them across the board, man. So I anticipate we go up, man. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, but there's a lot of easy out there, a lot of easy stop losses you can use. A lot of, I got long leverage gold last week. That's getting ready to run. Everything looks like it's ready to run, man. That's why I was like, fuck it. I'm not even like everybody, hey, just buy whatever you need in your portfolio because almost everything is on a buy signal. So now it's a stock picker's market. If you can pick better than me, you're going to get better returns than me, even if we're using the same strategy. People leave that out, man. People leave that out of the equation. They'll be like, oh, I want to invest like you. Really? You study as much, trade as much, do as much? If you don't, then fuck you. You're not going to. You'll always be behind. They're not going to give it to you, man. So all the time you spend away from it, fucking off, coming up with other things. Well, I need to run a filter so I can make my trading faster. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Why would you make it faster? Fuck you going. What else would you rather be doing? Like, if you don't love trading, go do something else, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't even have conversations with people when it starts off like that. I had to get off a live the other day because it started like that. Well, I only like to spend 20 minutes. Like, man, where the fuck? I'm not going to be on this show, bro. Let me off. I'm looking for traders, man. I'm not looking for the 20-minute trader. Fuck out of here. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the whole life trader. Like it's his whole fucking life. Or get out of here. Because I don't know how you become great like that. Because I don't know any. Everyone I know is fucking obsessed. You know, everybody I know that's done great in real estate are fucking weirdos. They're obsessed, man. You know, and everybody I know that's not, it's because they're not fucking obsessed. So I don't know how you get good, man. I watched a video the other day encouraging people not to pursue wealth, encouraging people not to pursue self-help. I was like, what in the fuck am I watching? I couldn't even believe. He says, what is the NFT giving you? God damn, I've already given you the gift of millionaireship. How much fuck do you want? I'm going to come to your house and rub your neck, bro. We're going to do a little, you rub my knee, I'll rub yours. Will you buy my NFT if I come to your house and rub your leg? Will that help? It's an educational series, man. If you click on it, it'll tell you. I got some content for that on the secret order of price movement, man. It's just available for those people. And we'll release it after they're out. And if they don't want it, fuck them. I won't put it out. Simple as that. If I got to beg you, don't fucking buy it, okay? If I have to ask anyone or tell you, hey, fuck off, don't buy it. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know who you are. Fuck off, don't buy it. Everybody that buys it, I know who the fuck you are, okay? So how about that? If you don't know me, don't like me, don't fucking buy it. That's the sales pitch. Fuck off. And if you don't own it, don't come by my house, man. I'm going to ask you for it. I'm going to see it in your wallet. Let me see it in your wallet. If you got it in your wallet, I got you, man. Come to New Orleans, whatever. You ain't got it in your wallet, fuck off. How about that? That's the sales pitch. I'll be like, oh, you don't have the NFT? Oh, you're not on my system? Fuck off. That's going to be my sales pitch. I'm going to book a YouTube commercial telling everybody to fuck off. Hey, everybody but these people, you know, like Ty Lopez did, here in my garage, here, and you can go fuck off. That'll be that's the sales pitch. I'll come to your house and rub your knee. I'll have to beg you. I'll have to beg you. You watch, I'll have to beg people. I'll go to their fucking Instagram and they'll be like, "Oh, look at this. We went to the park and look what we did at the park." You'll be like, "Man, I wish I could afford an NFT." Anyway, I digress. I'm not in a good mood today, man. I'm gonna be honest. It started off good, and then everyone that I DM'd to ask had they been to the website, had they done any, every single person said no. It's like, fuck, dude. I blame myself, man. I blame myself that the money flow would be like that. It's my fault, man. I guess we got to purge. Send out a purge text. It's just like, if you get this text wrong, done, out. It's going to ask you one simple fucking question. If they do it right, you've been unsubscribed. Bye. Little black screen comes up. I had a guy the other day got me, man, I wish you wouldn't say that. I wish you would get serious and get rich. Goddamn, like you got children, man. Let's go. Fuck, dude. What the fuck are we waiting on? This gold is breaking out, man. Anytime you get gold or oil or bonds or Bitcoin or the S&P, any of them that gets below the 200-day, come on. Like that's a huge red flag. Huge red flag. Keep my head up. I don't need to keep my head up. I'm rich. You guys are broke. Fuck out. Like, I'm trying to help you, man. I'm good. That's the part that drives me crazy, man. I'm good. I'm good. I made time. I got plenty of fucking time. I own it. I control time, man. I don't need I control time. I do what the fuck when I fucking want. That's time. That's called controlling time. King shit. I run my shit, which starts with me. What I'm doing, what I'm reading, where I'm going, what I'm spending on. I'm in 100% control of me. The moment you get like that, man, your shit's gonna change. You start looking at these stocks. You do everything else second. Everything else comes after. You start rearranging shit, and all of a sudden you get good at this. You start having $15,000, $20,000 fucking wins. All of a sudden that shit gets real important. You're like, damn, we just made enough to buy a car. I did a silver trade once. How do you think Chris got a fucking Lambo? You think that means it makes it serious for him? I went to Chris's house. You know where the computers were? Not like you guys in the back room, back in the corner, back over there so I don't bug my wife. It was in the fucking kitchen, covered in computers. Everyone's trading. You know why? Because it's more important than the kitchen. That's just getting real. Well, I want to be like Chris Johnson. Do you, sir? Do you? I doubt that. I'm not even doing enough to be him. Now, that message ain't for everyone, but it is for someone. It's definitely for the 10 people that I DM'd and asked if you'd been to the Yield Max site and you said, no, you ain't had fucking time. It's definitely for you. That shouldn't happen, man. God damn. And like 6 of you are my friends. Now you done dropped down the list. You probably, about 3 of you came off the friend list, back to associate. A couple people, I don't fucking know you anymore. That's all it takes. Fucking crazy. So this is gold. It's moving up. Nice stage here. Now, if you're on it, you're on it, man. I'm proud of you. A couple people are, man. I'm proud of that. I like this gold, man. I like the bond. Let's look at the Bitcoin. Check regular Bitcoin. A couple ways we can play. But man, fuck. Oh, it says we're back. I don't know. I got to get a new mic. Obviously, something's wrong with the. Yeah, everybody's on it when I yell at them. God damn. When do we just get on it because it's the way to do it? God damn. What if we did that, man? You can still hear me? Cool. Anyway, Bitcoin, we got a couple ways to play it. You could buy it pure play on Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with that. I got a bunch of Bitcoin. Chris got $2 million in Bitcoin. Let's see. TS, let's look at another one. Oh, BITX. This is a 2X Bitcoin. So if you're broke, you think Bitcoin's bottom, buy this. Every dollar gets you $1.50. And you ain't got to pay margin, bro. You're getting a 50% bump if you just want to play it and you ain't paying for margin. Think about that. That's crazy. But it's a triple leverage fund, so it comes with risk, right? And then there's another way to play it now. BITO. This mofo pays a big fat 30% dividend yield. Man, they're getting crazy with these options. This is a actively managed fund. All it does is hold Bitcoin and I think treasuries and then buy and sells fucking options on it on the futures exchange. So a lot of ways to play Bitcoin now. So you could have some Bitcoin earning you interest. You could 2X leverage it on the way up and not worry about getting a margin call or blown out. Because if they go too low, they'll just reverse split it. And you could now, you could swing trade it on there. So a lot of ways to play Bitcoin without playing the actual Bitcoin. If you gave a fuck, that is, if you want to. So there's 3 ways to play everything now. So that's part of my mission is get you to see the big picture, the stocks that are here. And that's what you want to play is what opportunities in front of you right now. And here's the thing. Every day is an opportunity. There's not something special. This is not a special time. Every day is a special time when you learn the money flow. Every fucking day there is something undervalued on sale, just like in the real estate market. You just got to bang it, get on it, and then focus on it, man. Trading too. Hold on just a second.
Resilient. This is when they're most disciplined and most fulfilled in their life. whenever they're living by lower values and trying to inject the values of others or minimize themselves and live by lower value systems, they procrastinate, hesitate, frustrate, and they become, you might say, victims of their history, not masters of their destiny. So you look at how people fill their space. You look at how they spend their time. You look at what they are disciplined about.
All right. Hey, we had a few people buy it. I only did 10 in case I fucked something up, man. That way I could fix it. I'll do them in little drops, man. I don't want to drop 100. That seems stressful. We did it on the Matic blockchain, too. Fuck Ethereum. That dude's pissing me off, that Vlad, whatever his name is. So we're going to go Matic. I got a lot of money in Matic, so we put it on the Matic blockchain. Well, we had some nice runs today. Day trading. Look at these stage ones. Fucking mouse is dying here. Stage one, over. Appreciate you, Lisa. Runs up, over, down, stopped out. Nice little run here, though, man. Back in and into the close. I think I got out like at 258. I didn't want to risk it, and I was up. I always call it points because some people are paper trading, some people are using real money. I just think of it as points. I was up 700 points. So 1,000 shares, that'd have been $700. 10,000 shares, that'd have been $70,000. So that's the beautiful thing about this game. If you get where you can make $1 a day, just add zeros. That's all you gotta do, man. Unlimited zeros. Market will take as much as you want to put, man. So that's it. Look at this breakout. See? Look. Anchor point. Stage one confirmation. There's the stage two breakout. Runs up. Bangs the RSI. Bam! We hit the button. You can't do this if you ain't paying attention, though. So that takes most people out because you got to actually be there that day. But one day, you should just take a vacation and just fucking trade because the money flow is the same. If you think you know the money flow, you can day trade the money flow. If you think you know it. Take a week and just do that. You'll take about 100 trades and you'll be like, man, I know the money flow a lot better now. I know. Do that. Do that sometime, man. Hey, I appreciate you hitting the logo. When we get through those, I'll drop that content and maybe we'll figure out something else to do with them too. That would be cool. We'll do some shit with them. Maybe you can resell them. I don't know. Plug with it. I feel like we should have a presence there. We got some iconic images. Feels like we should be able to own them, I think. I own one too, man. So all that funds, it obviously to put the content together and then keep the podcast going and all that stuff. All that shit costs money, man. Newsletters, podcasts, fucking text messages. I spend about $3,000, probably right there, just in keeping that MFG thing afloat, man. Just in Discords, email servicers, data hosting, all these streaming platforms, all this shit, man. All this shit costs money. It really does. Try it. Get out there and start banging on it. Let me know. Invite me on your podcast, man. Stop being a little and have a podcast. Stop being scared. Yeah, it's good to take some days off and trade. He says, GP, what EMAs do you use to day trade? Infamous. Buy my book. They're in the book, man. Don't be a little greedy bitch your whole life. Buy the book. And buy the NFT. And then you'll be cool. You'll just instantly be cool to me then. So that's it, man. The EMAs are pretty easy. It's 5, 10, 20. If you get the book, you'll understand why, and you'll understand the configuration and why we're using them that way. It'll make more sense, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, YouTube. Sorry about the sound, man. I got to get a new mic. I think I damaged it moving back and forth. Appreciate you guys.